game on the season so far, and they come out on top 114-106. This is a big team win overall. Every starter scoring in double digits. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun as only we can do, and what we can play in the first time in 3 games. Let's go ahead and cut that winning intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red, yeah, I see red, I see red, I see red, I see.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content. The Chicago Bulls pull out a dub over the New Orleans Pelicans, 114-116. The Chicago Bulls outscore the Pelicans 33-24 in the fourth quarter to seal that game up. In this game, DeMar DeRozan leads the team in scoring for 24 points, going 6 of 13 from the field, but 10 of 12 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 7 assists from DeMar DeRozan in this game. Next up behind him was Nikola Vucevic, who played a much more complete game overall throughout this game than what he played against the Celtics. 22 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal from Nikola Vucevic in this game. And then Ayo Dosunmu just stepping up. It's time to start talking about Ayo's step and leap in the same breath as Coby White's, turning into so much more of a consistent scoring threat and just excellent defender than what he was even last season in that sophomore slump. 21 points from Ayo. He goes 8 of 15 from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range, 8 assists in this game, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. Ayo Dosunmu filled up the stat sheet. And Coby White, who had a cold first half, had a much better second half in this game. Still didn't shoot the ball too effectively, but he goes 5 of 18 from the field to finish this game. And then he also scores 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals from Coby White. He had some key buckets down the stretch of this game. And listen, refs, start giving Coby White the calls. It's time for Coby White to start getting those star-level player calls. Y'all got to stop allowing Coby White to get completely killed out there. Teams are beating him up. That time where he got that steal to the layup and they fouled him, listen, the fact that they did not call any type of foul on that play was ridiculous. And I know I'm a Bulls fan. I know I'm a homer. But listen, refs, y'all going to get Coby White hurt. And if y'all get Coby White hurt, we ride. That's all I can say on that one. And then you got to look at Alex Caruso rounding out the starting lineup again. He scores double digits as well. 12 points from him, going 5 of 13 from the field, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 rebounds from him in this game as well. And then off the bench, Jevon Carter, 20 minutes off the bench. He goes 3 of 7 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 8 points. Jevon Carter gave the Bulls some really good minutes. Now, I'll say out of those 20 minutes, probably about 5 to 8 of those weren't quality minutes, but other than that, he played a really quality game for the Bulls today. Andre Drummond with 14 minutes off the bench, 7 rebounds, 8 rebounds, 1 assist in this game. Julian Phillips, only 2 minutes. Let's get Julian some more tick. But Dalen Terry, listen, Dalen Terry, this is going to perfectly bring up the impact that Dalen Terry had. He only went 1 of 4 from the field, only 2 points, but he led the Chicago Bulls in box plus minus at plus 17 because that is the way that he was impacting the game today. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He got out in transition, led the break a lot of times, caused turnovers with his defense. Dalen Terry has gone from being a player that you were worried about playing minutes to a player now that you look at him and he is giving quality minutes out there on the court for the Chicago Bulls. And you got to love it. The undermanned, short, small lineup Chicago Bulls into pulling out a victory against the New Orleans Pelicans, who are 34-23 now on the season. The Bulls get their much-needed victory. We avoid going on a 3-game losing streak. We're 27-30 right now. Are the Chicago Bulls. And let's see if the Bulls can build off this. This was, again, like I said in the pregame show, with the way that the Bulls played against the Celtics are going to win them more games than it's going to lose them. And this Bulls team had defensive stops when they needed it. They got it out in transition, played with a seemingly quicker pace. Those things are going to lead the Chicago Bulls to be able to get more wins and more victories. And you got to love it when the team plays like this. Was it pretty? Was it all perfect? Hell no. And it's not going to be with this team. And so we get a day off. We come back. We play Tuesday against Detroit. That's the first of a back-to-back. We also play Wednesday against Cleveland. So let's see how the Bulls can fare against those two teams. But this is a Bulls team this is the way that I like the Chicago Bulls to play. If the Bulls can continue to play like this, this is really what's going to help this team kind of dig themselves. And even with the Atlanta Hawks losing Trae Young, like I said, they're all but foregone conclusion that they're going to make the play-in tournament, but you want to continually see them play like this because this is what's going to lead them to be able to beat some teams that are definitely better than them. When you look at the nitty-gritty stats, as I call them, the Chicago Bulls and Pelicans tied with total rebounds, both teams at 49. When you look at the turnovers, the Bulls only turned the ball over 9 times in this game, and that was a big change. When you look at it, they turned the ball over 5 times in the first half, 4 times in the second half. So they got that a little bit more under control. That's what I wanted to see from this team for sure. So that's really good for the Bulls overall in this game. Points off turnovers, the Pelicans scored 20 points off turnovers, the Bulls 19. So again, they kept that battle close as well, which is really what you want to see. Second chance points, the Bulls won that 15-14, and then points in the fast break. The Bulls had 17 fast break points to only 9 by the New Orleans Pelicans, and then bench points, they killed us in bench points, 27-19. So that is what it is there. And then also points in the paint, 46-46, teams tied there as well. So really good things for the Chicago Bulls today. The thing that concerns me, we got no block shots tonight. The Bulls didn't block a single shot. Now, we definitely deterred some shots. We got some steals at times. We didn't get any. Listen, AK, go and get us some rim protection. Go get us some shot blocking, bro. Can we get some shot blocking in Chicago? Can we do that a little bit? But outside of that, I really like the way that this team played, man. It was good to see this team rebound after the loss against the Boston Celtics with a win like this. And let's hope that it continues, man. We got Detroit up next. We can definitely beat Detroit. We already know that that's something that we could definitely, a team that we can definitely beat. So we just got to keep up this momentum, keep it going for the Chicago Bulls team. And if we do that, listen, the sky's the limit for the Bulls, man. And, that's really what it comes down to, what we want and need to see. If this team performs like this, Ayo Dosunmu is just killing it right now. We got to give so much love to Ayo Dosunmu and the way that he's developed this season because it's just been great. He's been such a needed factor for the Chicago Bulls, whether starting or coming off the bench. And that you got to love for Ayo. And those people that are asking, could Ayo and Kobe be the backcourt for the Bulls if the Bulls move on from Zach LaVine this offseason? There's a real possibility that could happen. Now, I personally think Zach's still going to be on this team at the start of next season, but if he is moved on, the Bulls may want to take a look at that. So we'll see what comes of that, man. But listen, this is fun, man. Love to see this team get this win in the way that they did, man. It's great to see, man. It's really good to see this team get this win and perform the way that they did, man. It's beautiful. And I'm glad to see the team just pull it out and pause. I'm glad to see this team get the win, right? And just play it as a team. And even Kobe White with having the slow first half that he did and not the best second half either, much better than the first half. Kobe's learning, right? When you look at Kobe White's first half, he went 1 of 4 from the field, only 3 points. In the second half of this game, Kobe White went 4 of 14, but he got to the free throw line 4 times. He ended up scoring 13 points in the second half of the game. He actually scores more points than any other Chicago Bull in the second half of this game. So he definitely had an impact on this game, even despite his cold night shooting. And that's what you want to see from Kobe. The passing, the defense, the drawing charges, right? Getting fouls, getting to that free throw line. Those are things when your shot isn't falling, you want to see your player do. And Kobe White did good in doing those things and helping this Bulls team secure this win today in what he's been doing, man. So, we gotta keep loving this team, man. But let's go ahead and get into your guys' comment. I want to see how you guys feel. We're gonna get first into the super chat from BL Jet. It says those threes by Ayo and DeMar in crunch time were huge. But let's give some love to DeMar's defense on Brandon Ingram in the final minute. Hey, listen, I'm one to critique DeMar DeRozan, but I'm also one to give him his flowers when he earns it. You're spot on with that one, bro. Spot on. No fault in that one at all. But let's go back up to the top. Let's see how you guys are feeling about this one. Rob's in the building, says, call the W. Great effort and end AC on Zion was clamps. Yeah, I mean, listen, AC can defend just about anybody in stretches, right? I think AC is one of those players, if you just give him, you like, hey, we got 10 minutes left. I need you to shut this player down for these last 10 minutes. He'll find a way to do it more times than not. But, it is what it is, man. DJ Reese B says, yes, sir. Yeah, I love the fact that the Bulls got the win. And despite us being way smaller than the Pelicans in this game and not really having the size or the height to really combat them, listen, Zion didn't really go off on the Bulls. 9 of 15, which is respectable for 19 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds, almost a triple-double. Really good night for Zion, but he didn't kill the Bulls. Brandon Ingram was the closest to that, 7 of 16 for 22 points in this game, but most of that came in the first half from Brandon Ingram. So the Bulls did a much better job. 18 points to Brandon Ingram score in the first half of this game, to hold him to only score 4 points throughout the rest of the game when he was killing us. Listen, the Bulls did a really damn good job defensively. Low key. What are you doing? Why are you under the pool table? Anyway, big ass dog underneath the pool table makes no damn sense. But yeah, so we did a really good defensive job on the team, man. Got to give love up to that one. Shay says Io went on his Roman Reigns mentality tonight. Acknowledge him. That's hilarious, man. Brian's in the building, says, now that's some competitive continuity I've ever seen. That's funny. That's hilarious. Kobe landing terribly and ankle. Dude's been through the ringer this year. Hey, Kobe White's been going through it, man. In both him stepping up as a main player on the Chicago Bulls, him getting being a leader as well for the Chicago Bulls, all that stuff is true. And what he's going through right now is going to make it better in the long run for him. He's going through trial by fire right now, and he's coming out the other side of that looking amazing. And that's what you want to see from a player like Kobe White. Shay says, I'm not gonna lie. Billy Donovan was straight doing Julian Phillips dirty. You should have gave him more minutes than that. I mean, listen, when it's a close game like this, you go with what's working. And I'm not saying that Julian Phillips couldn't have played himself out of it, but especially Terry Taylor didn't play much in the second half either. He played a solid first half. So he cut that rotation down. And that's what you see a lot of coaches do. That's not just a Billy Donovan thing. A lot of coaches cut that rotation down in close games in the second half, and he that's what Billy Donovan did. So I'm not really blame him for that, because that's what a lot of coaches would do in that time period. But we need to get Julian some more minutes out there for sure. Big effing win. I hope this brings up their confidence. We are undefeated against the Pelicans this season, I believe. And listen, I'm just glad that they got the goddamn win, right? Great win because DeMar made the three at the end. People aren't going to talk about it, but that really was not a smart shot. Thank God he made it though. Well, listen, DeMar DeRozan is the best bad shot maker in the NBA. Like, there's so many shots that DeMar takes, even when they're in the mid-range, you're just like, no, okay, it went in, right? You didn't win it. Kobe has to be sore and tired at this point in the season. Dude plays every game, takes a hard fall seemingly every quarter, and never whines, never goes to the bench, just keeps his head up. And that's the thing that's going to get Kobe White more foul calls as he continues his ascension. He is going to get more foul calls because he doesn't look for the fouls. I always say that one of the things that Zach LaVine does that really hurts Zach LaVine getting to the free throw line more is once he feels like he's fouled and doesn't get the call, at that point it's like he's trying to prove a point to the refs. He'll always look at the refs. He makes the screaming sound. Kobe White, the fact that he just always goes hard to the rim and he just tries to finish, that's going to eventually get him more foul calls, and he's going to get to the free throw line. And that's another part of it, kind of extending his game for sure. Melvin says, I was afraid when we weren't converting on those opportunities Pelicans gave us like 4 straight possessions, it was going to come back to haunt us. Vooch was active defensively second half, good Dalen minutes. Completely agree with you, Melvin. Completely agree. DJ Reese B says, Debo took the game with that 3. I agree with you on that one as well. Call game. Jack Holland in the building says, what up, man? Hope all has been well, brother. Good W, but didn't like a lot about this game. Horrible officiating. Valanciunas was playing dirty. Keep tripping people and elbowing our guys in the head. I mean, there's a lot of players that get away with some shit. That's not to excuse it, but hey, we need more threes from Vooch. Maybe 6 to 8 more games. Your best, Haize. Great game tonight. At maybe 6 to 8 more a game. You're the best, Haize. Oh, you're the best. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Listen, no, we don't need more threes from Vooch. What are you talking about? Vooch is doing what he needs to do from the three-point line. Just take them when they're open. That's it. 2 for 5 today. I'll live with that. But Vooch doesn't need to take any more threes. Like that's where his game starts falling off. What are you talking about? Refs almost blew this game. DeMar hit that 3, but Vooch got hit hard. They missed a lot of calls today. It was a lot of calls today. Mike Jones says very good win against a good team. When they went up 12, I thought it was over. I did too. Like, that's the type of lead that the Chicago Bulls will give up, and then they never get it back. And the thing I love about this, the way the Bulls played today, is they went on their scoring droughts, which suck, but they almost always answered it back. And then when they went down by 12 and they were down, and that lead the Pelicans held on to the lead for a little while. The Bulls just kept chipping away, right? That's the thing that you got to do. Chip away. Get a 12-point lead down to 4. Down to 8, right? Play a little bit. Keep up the momentum. Then get it down to 5. Get it down to 3. Take the lead. Like, that's what the Bulls did. It was methodical. The Bulls didn't get away from running their offense. They didn't get frantic. And that's the key when a team goes up on you, is you do not get frantic. You don't get frantic. I hear you, Haize. Kobe is getting mugged out there, and the refs thinks it's okay. Do your job, refs. Completely agree with you. Completely agree. Shay in the building. If only people would have watched this game tonight, they would have realized Terry is the reason why this game shifted momentum with his defense. Listen, and that's the thing. Listen, I get it where people say, and I was even talking to the comments in the comments to somebody, I think it was Friday or Saturday, and they were like, oh my God, what do you mean don't sign a buyout guy? Just let Dalen Terry keep playing? And I'm like, yeah, let Dalen Terry keep playing. Dalen had an impact on this game, and there's no way around it. He positively impacted and helped put the Bulls in a position to win this game, and that is how you grow and develop players, right? I was holding my breath every time Caruso was guarding Zion. That's a nightmare matchup. Listen, it's a matchup that theoretically shouldn't work. When you look at Zion Williamson and his physicality and how strong he is, there's no way that you would look at Alex Caruso, who looks like any basic my player off 2K, and you would think that this guy can guard Zion Williamson. And not to say that he shut him down, because he didn't. He did not shut him down. But he got enough stops when they were, and he disrupted Zion, and that's all you can do in a case like that. Wind City support is having a positive effect on these Bulls. Windy City support? I mean, yeah, for sure. Terry looked so lost a year ago. Huge jump. Can't wait to see how he looks next year. Listen, so this is a nice foundation for Dalen Terry, right? Last year was just you were there, right? This is a nice foundational season for Dalen Terry, because now you know what you can do and how you can impact games. So you can go in the season with the mindset of, this is what I did to help my team win. This is how I can carve out a role for myself. Go in off season, work on your game, and then grow upon that. You're going to come in. You're going to be relied on to be a defensive stopper, to be a starter as far as on the offense, initiate the offense in transition. But now, can you start hitting your shots a little bit more, right? The fact that he tried to posterize somebody, he missed the dunk, do things like that. Dalen Terry I keep telling y'all, he's going to be a good player for the Bulls. I'm not saying he's going to be a starter. I'm not saying he's going to be a star, but I'm saying when we look at it, Dalen Terry can be one of those players that we look at and we appreciate having on our team, that plays a role and plays it extremely well. I definitely think that that's in the future for Dalen, and it can be higher than that. He's way too young to put a cap on his ceiling quite yet. Rob says, it's as if the refs don't believe the Bulls could possibly be that good at getting to the rim. When the fact is our guys are fast, and DeMar's experience, he should get way more calls. We do get to the rim. That is one of the things that we do the best. We do get to the rim, and we don't always finish the best, but we do get to the rim, and we got to continue doing that. Mo Cheek says, I see Terry as like a Mitch McConnell for the Pacers. That's not a bad comp. And the thing is, Dalen Terry isn't nearly done developing yet. And if that shot, whether a mid-range or three-point shot and specifically the three-point shot, with Dalen's ability to put the ball on the floor, if he can develop a consistent, I'm not saying he needs to be a knockdown three-point shooter, but a consistent. I'm talking about taking 3 to 4 game, hitting it at about a 33 to 35% clip. That's going to be enough to keep defenses honest on him. At that point, with his passing, with his athleticism, it can open up some more things for Dalen Terry. So that's what, if I was the one coaching Dalen, is what I'd focus on. Not to say that it's going to happen for sure, but we'll see. Keanu D says, definitely last season you said Dalen could be our energy guy off the bench in place if Javonte Green is showing this year. Yeah, I mean, listen. And the thing is that he's bigger, taller. He has a longer wingspan than Javonte. He doesn't have the ups that Javonte Green does. By the way, shout out to Javonte Green playing the game in the G League. I think he put up like 26 points or something like that. This season, he's probably not going to get back on an NBA rotation, but do not be surprised if Javonte Green is fully healthy, that he's back on an actual NBA roster next season. But definitely, Dalen Terry's starting to flash some of that ability for sure. Anyone see Haize a little fuzzy? Am I a little fuzzy? Let's go take a look. What is that? YouTube be tripping. So I haven't even seen my video, so I don't know if I look fuzzy or not. But I do know that YouTube, I just tried to go to YouTube and all it did was just spin for a second. But yeah, let's see what else we got. I am looking fuzzy. Okay, hold on real quick. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it does look fuzzy. 1 second, I'm going to refresh. Don't leave. All right, y'all. Let me know if that got better, y'all. Hopefully it did. My bad on that. Like, it's sometimes YouTube just be tripping, man. It's out of my control. I be trying to do what I can do when I can do it. That's all I can say. But with that said, let's go ahead and get back to the comments and see how you guys got. Deanna Marie in the building says Caruso walks like his knees are too heavy. That's hilarious. Heavy knees is crazy. John Michael says, and Kobe, man, that man gives it his all every night. That's all you can ask for. When he went down, looked bad. Hopefully nothing comes out of the injury, and Caruso held his own against Zion at times. That's all you can ask. That's definitely all you can ask. Little Famo in the building says, honestly, the refs let calls go on both sides. Zion got hit a couple of times. So did Kobe. Game is better when refs don't blow the whistle every 3 possessions, in my opinion. I mean, you want to let them play, right? That whole thing of they're letting them play out there, you want to let that go where you can. You definitely want to let that go, and you want to allow players to play the game, but you also you don't want to allow too much egregious things out there. And there are some things that were a little egregious today, just a little bit, right? BL Jet says this is only Terry's second season. He has a long way to go. Long way to go. Dalen Terry's not yet remotely done developing. So yeah, he got a lot in front of him. He has way more basketball in front of him than behind him. And Dalen Terry, he's not done developing yet. And that's one thing I love about Dalen and the effort that Dalen Terry gives. Dalen Terry is a fighter, man. And he plays with that type of edge that you like to see from your players, especially when they're not star level players, right? Dalen Terry is going to make an impact for the Chicago Bulls. Believe me when I say that. Sydney also says, I'm curious what Dalen's plus minus on the floor tonight. Also, I thought they would have played OB and Julian a lot more. Well, like I said, as this game got closer, the rotation shrunk up. You're not going to play them a lot. But Dalen Terry had the highest plus minus of any Bull tonight. Plus 17. The highest, I think the highest plus minus in the game overall. No, Valanciunas had a plus 19. But other than that, Dalen Terry had the highest plus minus of any player on the court tonight. And you got to appreciate that, right? Calvin says, I like the shift this year where they're just keep fighting no matter the situation. That's a big difference from last year, right? And the year before then. There were times where this Bulls team would get punched in the face in the hypothetical punch in the face, and they wouldn't respond well to it. This Bulls team now, when they get theoretically punched in the face, they respond well. They don't back down and they keep it going. So that's what you want to keep and see. Let's see. You still look like a PS2 game on a 4K TV. Shouldn't. Restream is not pulling up the comments now. Yeah, now they should be. And, it is what it is. Restream be tripping. I love to see how even when Kobe's shots were not falling, he kept his head up and didn't sulk and getting the Mamba mentality. He's getting that Mamba mentality. I mean, listen, Kobe White is a monster. It just is what it is. Kobe White is a monster, and he's gonna go through it, man. There's no reason Billy's not playing his entire team. The minutes Kobe, what coach MC? What coach plays their entire team? You find me a coach that plays their whole entire team. I will cash app you $25 right now so you can go get your four for four. Because there's no coach that does. You're saying things that just don't happen in basketball. No coach in the game of basketball plays their whole entire roster every single game. What are you talking? Are you new to the sport? Because that just doesn't happen, man. Iowa's on fire. Pelicans bench made 28 points. What a game face. Orange hand biting. That's funny. I don't know why this thing doesn't show emojis. That's one of the most frustrating things. I'm also disappointed that Billy Donovan didn't play Andre that much or hasn't at least 18 and 20 minutes. This is where I feel like Andre will leave for a bigger role, rightfully so. I mean, there's definitely a possibility, right? And here's the thing. If you're not going to play Vooch and Drum together, there's only so many minutes out there because Drum basically only plays center, right? And the only time where he didn't play center is when you played those two guys together. So I get it to a degree. Now, would I like to see Andre Drummond play more minutes? Absolutely. And Drum, somebody who, a lot of teams kind of forgot how good Drummond still could be. I think there's a chance he could leave this offseason regardless, and it sucks. But, it is what it is when it comes down to it. Remember when we used to blow the first quarter and spend the rest of the game catching up? Yeah, definitely look at that. No, game to game, Golden State and Denver only go 8 players deep, 8 to 9 players deep. They will go 11 at times, but that's not every single game. That's not your whole entire roster. So no, they don't. No team regularly goes 11 deep. None of them do. It may be trash minutes, but as far as meaningful minutes, no, bro. You're crazy out there. Terry is everything they said Denzel Valentine was supposed to be when it comes to affecting winning in multiple ways. Denzel Valentine. Oh, Terry is everything that Denzel Valentine. Listen, Denzel Valentine just wasn't a good basketball player, and he wasn't smart. Dalen Terry is already ahead of that. So yeah, but he new to the game of basketball. Haize, that doesn't happen in any sport. Absolutely. It's like, what? Go your whole what? Come on, man. I love it when the plus minus actually reflects the performance I saw. Good job, Dalen. And that's the thing, right? Dalen Terry, eventually, I do think he can be one of those players that, again, I don't think, I'm not going to say that he's going to be like a 15-4 guy, but I do think he could be one of those guys that you, at the end of every night, you look at and say, he had about 8 to 10 points, about 4 or 5 rebounds, two steals, a block, four to 6 rebounds, and he's going to impact the game in a big way to go through that for sure. Yeah, Drummond's gone, and I don't blame him because Billy B disrespected him. I mean, I can see where you guys are coming from. I can name more, but I'm not going to keep going through it. No reason but Team Taylor and others. Taylor did play today. So that's for one. It's like, did you watch the game? But Team isn't going to play. Again, he's a back end of the bench player. While Javon Carter was actually playing good, you don't take players out when they're playing in rhythm to just play some. Bro, I got to stop talking basketball to stupid people. I got to stop talking basketball to idiot people. Dude can't type that fast. That's funny. I still remember the dumbass long three Denzel made that one game. I mean, Denzel had some games, right? And Denzel had some. You won't ever say that Denzel had moments where he didn't look okay, right? He absolutely had moments of that, but it didn't happen every single time, right? Like Denzel, he made you scratch your head more times than not. So I just really want to know what their end goal is with the team. Like, I'm sure he got a vision, but what is it? I mean, I think to this degree, you want a ability to have a shooter out there. Tonight, Javon Carter played all right? And even then, even with the Bulls weren't necessarily shooting the best in some quarters, their defense stood up. So I think he's going to get an opportunity. What he does with that opportunity when he gets in the game may determine how much Billy Donovan goes back to him. But we'll see. Denzel Valentine was trash. But he had some moments, just like every team. He absolutely had some moments where he had some games out there. Now, it was few and far between. We're talking about 1 in every 100 games, right? Like Denzel Valentine just wasn't a good basketball player. But Denzel Valentine, it was always in theory better than what he was in reality. That's just always was the case with Denzel Valentine. Like it always looked better on paper for what he could be than what he actually was. And so that sucks. It is what it is, man. Him getting cooked in the pro game didn't help. I mean, that you got to let that go. If Dalen ends up being a Tony Allen or Pat Bev type player, then he'd be worth the first they used on him. I mean, yeah, and he's going to be that. It seems like he's going to progress to that. He's going to be one of those players that you look at and you say, hey, they're not a star. They're not even remotely close to it, but they have an impact on the teams that they play for. Dalen absolutely has the chance to be that. Big Diesel says, I know I already asked you this before, but I just want more clarity. If the Bulls buy out Lonzo for $14 million of his $21 million contract, does that mean the Bulls have $14 million in cap space? Not necessarily. And that's why you don't see players bought out until towards the end of the season, because some of that still counts against your cap. So, and you're not going to buy out a player for that much. You're just not going to. Now, they could use this career-ending injury exception if he's not ready to go, but they're not going to buy out that level of contract for him. So. I'm trying not to cook you. I'm trying to be in an involved place, but MC Season, every comment you leave on almost every video only shows that you only know sports through video games. Like, you try to talk from this informed place, and really you're just an idiot. Like, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you showing up to every live stream, and I extend you a level of grace because of that. But at the end of the day, bro, you got to stop trying to come at people. B, if you're going to say something, say it more intelligently. And C, if you're going to have a dumbass Avi picture while you try to come at people, do better in life, bro. Like, you can't have your goddamn on your beauty supply sweatsuit on trying to talk basketball to people, bro. Like, just because you dress like a low budget coach doesn't mean that you are a low budget coach. Like, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop. Like, you try to, like, The only thing that's wrong right now is your whole get up and set. Like, bro, go out and find you some actual drip. I guarantee you, if you go to Burlington Coat Factory, look in the in this on sale rack, you'll find some better clothes than what you got in your Abbey, bro. Those beauty supply shoes are gonna fall apart the moment it rains, bro. You got to do better, man. You got to do better, bro. You got to do better, bro. I like seriously, do better with life, bro. Do better. If we needed shooting, we should have played Peter Patton tonight. Why not? He's the 16th man. We go 16 deep. Sneaker Shop Talk says solid win for the Bulls. I was a bit concerned when they were down, but hopefully there are some positives that showed tonight they can build on for the rest of the season. I agree. And I think there were some positives even in that Boston Celtics game. There were tons of positives for the team that I think they did bring over into this game. And, they want to keep that going on for the rest of the season. And if they do that, we're going to win more games than we're going to lose. Now, we still have a cap on what we can realistically achieve this postseason, but it's definitely more wins coming for the Chicago Bulls if they continue to play like this than losses, even with being undermanned. So let's hope that continues. This team has the ability to do that, man. And that's why I always kind of talk about identity, right? The team that establishes its identity, that identity can push them to more wins. And let's hope that that's the case, man. Billy D over at the post-game show trying not to cry, like really wiping tears before they fall, speaking about the fight in this team. Listen, I get it. We all have legitimate problems for Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan is not a good coach for this team. I think he's a good coach overall, but for this team, he's been so-so. He's been mid. But one thing that Billy Donovan does is he does believe in his players. He doesn't always play them. But I truly believe that Billy Donovan does believe in these guys, man. And, that's what kind of makes it more disappointing that he doesn't trust them more in certain scenarios, right? That even that we all know coming down the stretch, the ball's going to go to DeMar. But I do think that Billy Donovan really does believe in his team and his guys. He really does love these guys. He just has to trust them a little bit more. I went to a U of I game this weekend. My dad went there and my bro's fiance. We surprised my dad with tickets, and it was cool to see Io and Kendall Gill's name in the banners. That's got to be great to see. Got to be great to see. AC first defense again. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna happen there. Definitely gonna happen there. Here it goes. I'm actually a 2-time regional state championship coach, so not low budget at all. You're in your feelings now, bro. Listen. If that is true, even if that is true, go and forge you some better clothes, my guy. And listen, a broke clock is right twice a day, man. Listen, why aren't you coaching at a higher level? Why aren't you coaching at a higher level? I played basketball, and I guarantee you my basketball IQ is much higher than yours. Where's your platform at? Matter of fact, here's the thing. This is the challenge. Start a YouTube channel. If you can get 2,000 subscribers in the first 365 days, I'll give you $2K cash money. Take that basketball knowledge there, bro. Don't ever come to me with no basketball knowledge. There's a reason you came here, right? That you don't have your own, that you're not doing this because you're a little bit remedial in just the way that you type. I know that you type with one finger like this. Outside of that, bro, don't ever come here trying to cook Haize because it's not going to go your way. It's not going to go your way, bro. You're stupid just by the nature that you try to come in here and you try to mix wicks with petty goddamn Roosevelt. Y'all, chill out, man. Go get you some business, bro. This ain't the place. Go get you some business, my guy. Go get you some business, man. What we doing, bro? Go get you some business. This ain't the place for you, bro. Motherfucker told me I'm a 2-time state regional champion and jacking off every night into his sock. What we talking about? No matter what happens with DeMar after this year, I'm thankful for him coming in, being a good vet, and taking the young guys under his wing. Io, Kobe, Terry, just helping them in their development. That's 100% fact, bro. I've said this before, is that the lessons that DeMar taught these young guys are things that are going to be paying off for them years down the road, right? The lessons that they learned from DeMar today are things that 5-6 years further down into their career, they're absolutely going to be remembering. And so, yeah, he's definitely had a great impact into this team. And regardless of how you look at DeMar on and off the court and some of the things that he falls short on, you cannot fault him for or say that he has not had a positive impact on these young players. He absolutely has. The Walton family, first of all, y'all got to go follow him on TikTok. His daughter is adorable. Like, bro, from one father to another, your daughter's adorable. You and your daughter's bond, from one father to another, bro, it's special. And yeah, bro, like thank you for sharing that with the world. Literally, the Walton family is hilarious, man. And his daughter's, like I said, adorable, man. It makes me wish when my kids were still kids. Now they all grown and teenagers. Now I got to put them in a headlock every once in a while, right? If the Bulls sustain this level of play after the All-Star break, what do you believe their record will be? Sydney, is way too inconsistent yet for me to say that. Like I said, this Bulls team does have a chance to finish around 40 to 41. I do think that there's a chance for this team to get to 500, but it's going to take them digging in. It's going to take them fighting hard. It's going to take for them to battle. There's going to be some battles coming their way to do that. And, you know, I haven't seen enough consistently for me to say in playoff type games that we're going to pull those out all the time. But this team still has a lot of fight left in them. It's not done yet. It's not done yet. Get you some business. Get you some business, bro. Get you some business. Haize, would you always get yelled at by his mom because his socks were always sticky growing up? Oh, no, bro. I hit it way too well for that. I was never going to use my socks. My mom would come in there and just grab laundry randomly. You know, even when I was a young miscreant, I didn't use socks. Did not use. Now, my mama's towels, yeah, those mugs was through. Like, my mom probably was like, this nigga and these towels, bro. Like, and then you know how you're a kid, you think you're smarter than what you are? Yeah, definitely. I definitely ruined some of my mama's fancy towels, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Bro, see, this is the thing. I hate when people get cooked. They say, oh, you're taking. No, bro, I just roast you for fun. It's not personal. You're an idiot. I don't take that personally. I just know that you're a dumbass. And so because of that, it's easy to roast you. Don't like roast back. Roast back. Get up. Like well, I can tell you ain't no real hooper. You could fool them. I can tell you not no real fucking intelligent person. You're a fucking idiot. And you're sensitive. Because listen, roast me back. Anybody else in the chat would have roasted back. You over here trying, I can tell you ain't no. I didn't see you say you're going to start no YouTube channel because guess what? You know you can't do this. You stay on the side of the business that you are or go find you some business. Otherwise, sit down, shut the fuck up and watch the show and have fun with great talking basketball because what you talking about ain't getting it. MC ain't nobody. You're not an MC because you don't rock the crowd. You definitely can't rap. I can tell by your outfit you can't rap. You can't coach. And you sitting there trying to talk about your accolades in a YouTube comment section. If your accolades were all that, they would speak for themselves. Don't nobody know you. Don't nobody celebrate you. That's not personal. That's just facts. You got to understand if you're going to call yourself MC when you step in the ring with somebody who actually is about that life, get you some business, brother. Come on, man. You got to do better than this, man. Now I'm disappointed in you. Now I'm trying to motivate you, bro. Go out there and get you some business, man. Come on, bro. Touch grass, bro. Go get you some pussy, man. What we talking about? You in here talking about my accolades, this. What? Come on, bro. Listen, like, thank you to BSC Hervo. It's not personal. You're an idiot. It's crazy. Like, come on, man. What we talking about, bro? Talking about like fight back, bro. Fight back. Go get you some business, bro. Go get you. I will have more subscribers than you by the end of December. Go start your channel, bro. I'll be watching. Go ahead, bro. I got you. Come on, man. I'll even be your first subscriber, bro. Like there you go. I'll give you a little bit. He accepted the challenge. This is great. That's funny. Oh my God, he's on the ropes. Come on, bro. Like, what we doing, man? Go get you some business. Uppercut, he's on the ground. I'll hold the $2,000 for research purposes. First of all, you rich. What are we talking about, bro? He's gonna cry after the. Oh, he already crying, bro. Like, you can tell that last match is up. I'm gonna start it. I'll be better than you by December. By December. Come on, man. Come on, bro. What we doing out here, bro? Haize, I thought I was watching the Bulls basketball stream. This is straight diss track on MC. Hey, listen, it don't even have to be that way. Like, literally, I come in here and I give people grace every single day. Every single day. Listen, MC, it's all love, bro. Like, it's all love, man. I don't know how a high school coach is now a legitimate. Well, hey, listen, let's not disrespect high school coaches. Now, that's not one thing I'm going to sign up for. If he truly is a high school coach, I will say this: that is a labor of love, and as somebody who's my son is a high school student, you got to give love to your high school coaches. That's all jokes aside. I know I flame, but you got to give jokes aside. Come on, man. You know what it is, bro. See, there you go, laughing, man. There you go. See, that's it. Like, I'm glad that it's all in fun, bro. Like, it's all in fun, man. Like, I don't agree with what you said, but it is literally all in fun, fam. I almost called you phone. I'm trying to stop using this Chicago slang on a professional stream. MC got to start a YouTube channel. His mama gonna be his only. Oh, come on, you ain't got to bring the mama into it, man. Damn, Haize putting all my business out there. People gonna try to rob me now. Too bad I'm crazy. Listen, I feel sorry for the person who tries to rob BL Jet, because you know BL Jet just shoots people. Like, somebody come robbing like BL Jet and he'd be like, "Hey man, now I gotta shoot you." Like, why'd you do that? Like, he tries to motivate him and then still shoots him anyway, bro. Have we won more than we lost since Zach has been out of the rotation due to injury? I mean, overall, since the initial injury, yes. I think since he went down the second time, I think we're around 500, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we've won more games. We're still playing since December when Zach went down. We're still playing at like a 54% win percentage. So yeah. When Haize roast somebody out here, finish him for Mortal Kombat, I think I gained too much as a kid. Finish him. MC's YouTube channel is going to be called 15-Man Rotation. Hey, listen, that's actually not a bad 15-Man Rotation is actually not a bad name for a YouTube channel. I'm just going to be real with you. That's honestly not a bad name for a YouTube channel. MC, let me know when your channel is up. Home games versus the better teams are better than being on the road versus them. The next West Coast trip will also be key. That's a great point. Definitely great point. BL Jet is everything the King Von show. Well, okay. We're not going to do the King Von references in the live stream. Come on now. What are we doing here, man? Haize, I rock with you. Go Bulls. C-Red. I appreciate that, Dwayne Taylor. Got to have you in the building, famo. Does Zach go somewhere private and punch air every time the Bulls win? Facts. Listen, Zach LaVine definitely is somewhere like this is how I imagine Zach LaVine. Like, he has a picture of the Bulls, like the Bulls team photo from Media Day, and he just ripped Billy Donovan's side out of it, and he's sitting in bed like the Wolverine meme, rubbing the picture. Every time they get a win, he throws the picture to the side and punches a wall. Like, every time. It happens every single time. My time is impeccable. I caught you right in time, Petty. Keep up the content. You know what? Real talk, y'all. So this is something you guys know. We have the network, right? And I have seriously thought about starting a channel that's about sports debates, right? So, like, for example, you find somebody who thinks that Jordan's the GOAT versus somebody who thinks LeBron's the GOAT. And I'm just using that. That's low hanging fruit, but you use that to like have a debate show with. I don't want to debate. I want to be the host of it. I want to be the moderator, right? But I think like that's something that I'm kicking around, but I really don't have time for another channel. So probably not going to ever happen unless I go full-time creative. Maybe that's something that'll come down the pipeline, but that, don't get me wrong, that or just a general roasting channel has been in the back of my mind for like a year and a half. Like, you remember how like Yo Mama, like the show Your Mama on MTV? Imagine that with roasting battles. I feel like there's a niche somewhere for that I got to make happen at some point in time. This is way down the road, but I feel like I got to make it happen at some time. I deadass think you got to end the stream. This is getting out of hand with all the roast. I'm not even roasting no more. This is why you're the voice of the people. Hey, listen, I try, man. I try. A basketball YouTube channel can be the 6-man. A football channel could be Aaron Rodgers can eat a dick. That is hilarious. That's funny. That's funny. That's a great idea. I will tune in for that. I got crazy ideas. I just don't have any more time. I really don't have any more time. Like, for those that know, like, I have I have Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Bears Central, Locked On Bulls. Those are all daily, except Locked On Bulls isn't on weekend, but all the other two are daily, right? NBA Central, which we're getting back cracking, right? We're posting a lot more regularly over there. I got the new show with Pat. I got a new show on Players Choice that I'm doing. I got the Breaks Radio, which I need to get back in gear, right? I got Chicago Sky Central, the WNBA season starting to kick off again. Like, I work so much, And it is what it is, man. But yeah. You post this much and you ain't full time. No, I still have a full-time job. Full-time job. I average posting 80 videos a month, and I still have a entire. My bad, y'all. My bad. You should do it on NBA Central. That definitely could be something. It definitely could be something. It's Seaway's World says, Haize, I just met a lot of Bulls players at the casino night in the Bulls, and they were legit cool as fuck. Not gonna lie, Vooch was my fave. Did you tell them about the channel? It's Seaway's World. Did you not plug the channel? See, listen, this is you telling me about it. You ain't plugged the channel. I'm just messing with you. I'm glad that you have fun with it, man. But all right, y'all. I got to get ready to go do Locked On Bulls, man. I appreciate you guys so much for everything, man. Even MC, I appreciate everybody in the building, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being the best part of Chicago Bulls Central and everything, man. I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know. Make sure you guys are following the channel at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.